Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. Every time I get up here, it's like I blank on what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope that you are having a great week so far. It's just the beginning of the week, so if you don't have all of your to-do list done, that's okay. You still have plenty of time to do that. We're going to be making some really cute print and cut cards today, just in time for Valentine's Day. And of course, I had to make them with a bee because you all know I love bees. So that's what we're making today, a couple little cards for you all. I can't wait to answer some questions and share with you the tips and tricks that I have in this video. Let me know what you guys are doing today. It is 45 sunny. And the sun helps warm everything up.
It does feel warm. It does.
It does feel warm, which is good. Yesterday, me and Becca ran a little errand, and we were both really hot. So I took off my cardigan and was just running around outside. And we got back, and we were walking in the building. I'm like, Becca, oh, it feels so good. It's really warming up out here.
And I'm like, yeah.
I checked my watch. It was 34 degrees, and I'm like, oh, oops. Okay. But we're both pretty hot-natured, and especially me while I'm pregnant. I think I freeze Becca to death here in the studio.
Yesterday I was burning up, but today I was freezing.
You know how it goes. Becca's so great. She wouldn't tell me, though. She's so gracious. She's just going to sit there and be a little ice cube.
Yeah, I don't care. I would much rather her be comfortable because she's not comfortable in any other way.
God love her. She's a saint. She really is, sitting over there shivering quietly. Well, I hope you all are having a good day. If you do not know who we are or what we do, first of all, welcome to Oak and Lamb. We're so glad that you're here on this YouTube channel with us. I'm Rachel. I'm an owner and craft educator here at Oak and Lamb. And the voice you hear is Miss Becca, who is also an owner and craft educator here. And we like going live for you. We like crafting for you. I'm here a couple days a week. Becca's here a couple days a week. And we just like to get crafty and make sure that you guys are comfortable and confident in whatever crafty area you love most. We teach on Cricut, on Glowforge. The Glowforge was what made us late today. We were cutting out a little project for Becca. It's so cute. I can't wait for you guys to see it. We have a really incredible lineup of lives in the next 2 weeks. But we train on, like I said, Cricut, Glowforge, sublimation, woodworking, home decor, sewing, more. We have so much to offer here at Oak and Lamb. So join us if you'd like. It's always a good day. Okay, so let me make sure I haven't missed anything. Becca will definitely let me know. Melissa said, Rachel, I love bees too. I love bees. She said Melissa actually means honeybee. Melissa, honeybees are my favorite.
Stop it. That is the coolest thing ever.
Honeybees are my favorite. I love bees. They're adorable. And it's springtime, which means a Hobby Lobby and all of the home decor places have a lot of bees. So I usually like to go and stock up on all of my bee decor this time of year because they're always out in the springtime. So, you guys are so sweet. It's
Rachel,
so good
you're
to see all of
glowing.
you. You're so sweet.
Yes.
Thank you. Still feel incredible. Feel amazing. I'm so excited for Oak and Lamb to have a little baby lamb here soon.
Oh my gosh, me too.
It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. So excited. So the supplies today are very, very minimal. Very minimal. We have our Cricut here. We're using the Cricut Maker 3. Use any Cricut that you have. For some reason, our beautiful Explore 3 has not been calibrating properly. And when we get it calibrated, it doesn't stay calibrated for long at all. So we're using our Cricut Maker 3 today. It seems to be calibrated perfectly and does a fantastic job. So that's what we're using. We have a standard grip mat with us. We have some cardstock. This is just 12 by 12 colored cardstock, whatever colors you want. You can coordinate them with your design in Design Space. And then we have some heavy cardstock. This is some heavy duty stuff. It's about 120-pound cardstock. I think Becca probably found this a couple of years ago. It was like a whim. We bought it off of Amazon and she's like, let's try it out. It is the real deal.
Think craft board.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's very, very sturdy, which brings me to my other supply that's very necessary for any print and cut project, which is a printer. This is our Canon Pixma TS8 220. It's just a Canon Pixma brand printer. We've used a lot of printers in the Pixma line from Canon. They're all amazing. We love them all. One thing you have to look out for, me and Becca talk about it in every single print and cut video that we do. a rear loading tray. You want a rear loading tray on your printer. It's going to make a huge difference in the quality of your print and cut projects because most materials, whether they be too thick or just kind of odd, like the printable vinyl and printable heat transfer vinyl, most printers don't like to use those. They don't like to work well with those types of materials. If you have a rear tray, it's much easier to use those. See, because if you have a bottom tray, the material has to go up and completely turn over in order to spit out of your printer. But if you have a rear loading tray, it just goes straight out. So if your material is a bit flimsier or a bit thicker or just odd, then your printer's much more likely to work with it with the rear loading tray. We have had a lot of questions about that. My printer's not working with this material. What can I do? What is the solution? The solution is a rear loading tray. Okay, Maria, you don't have an issue needing to recalibrate every time you move the maker. No, we do not. Now, again, all the machines are different. We are not paid by Cricut or anything like that. So, of course, we can be honest with you and say that for the majority of our crafting journey with Cricut, the Explorer Air 2 has been very reliable when it comes to calibration and staying calibrated. The makers, we haven't really had an issue with those. More about the adaptive tool systems, we've had issues with the makers. This Maker 3, we haven't had any issues with. It cuts everything properly. It stays calibrated really well. But now again, every machine is different. Maybe yours came in through the freight or however it was shipped to where you bought it. Maybe they were a little bit rougher on it, so the mechanics are a little bit more jostled. I don't know. I do hate that for you, though. I'm sorry that you're having that
that's
trouble.
frustrating.
It's so frustrating. Which, now this one, where is it at? This one, she don't stay calibrated for 5 days. I mean, it seems like we have to calibrate it every time we use it.
And honestly, even as soon as we calibrate it, I'm still not as happy with the cut as the other. I need to just carve out some time to be on the phone with customer support for Cricut, which is not my favorite thing to do, and that's why it's not done. But I just need to do it.
I'm happy to
We already have had one replacement machine too.
Yes, this is our second Explorer 3 that we have had in the building. Yeah. We even had issues with this bad boy when we first got it, and Becca was on
firmware issues. Yeah,
firmware issues. Thankfully, we got them both worked out. Yes. But again, that one's not really great for print and cut. So we have our Cricut, our printer, our heavy cardstock, our regular cardstock, and we have our Scotch ATG gun. You guys know this is their favorite dry adhesive. We love it. It's fantastic. Use whatever you like, whatever you have.
Can we talk for just a second about the post in the private Facebook group? I'm not calling anyone out because, I mean, we've all been there. But we have a friend who posted a picture and was like, help, has anyone else had these issues? And it was a picture of their ATG gun with an entire roll of adhesive just like wasted.
Like unraveled where they had tried to, we guess, change it, and they changed it.
So Rachel changed it on a live. She did a great job, fantastic job. Ooh. But if you guys would like a member only video that you guys can reference whenever, let us know. We can film one really quickly.
Oh, it would take 2 seconds to film one of those
let us
for
know.
you all.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good, because it is a bit intimidating at first. There's a lot of different moving parts in this thing. I mean, if you open it up, the thing, it looks scary, you know, but it's really not, especially if you know what you're doing, if you have a little video to watch. And we're always here at Oak and Lamb to make you guys more confident in what you do. So for us to see that beautiful member who'd wasted time and money on that broke our hearts. And we've all been there. I've probably wasted a roll as well, probably. But, you know, again, let us know if you'd like to see that. We would love to make that for you. It would take 2 seconds for real. Just let us know. We have our scoring stylus. Now, we have the Maker, and if you guys know, the Maker does have the adaptive tool system, which can be used with the scoring wheel. There's a double and a single scoring wheel. It comes in the quick swap housing. It is an additional cost. Because the Maker, it used to come with the 5-point blade and the rotary blade, but it only comes with the 5-point blade now, which is big thumbs down in my opinion. So it is an extra cost, as is most of the other blades with your machines. But if you have an Explorer line of machines, you'll be very familiar with these scoring stylus. These are compatible with your Maker as well. You just have to make a setting change in Design Space. It's super easy to do. I'm going to walk through all of that with you guys today. So we're going to be using our scoring stylus instead of our scoring wheel. And then the last thing is a brayer. That's it. Basically just some paper adhesive and a brayer. And you don't really need it. It's not a necessity, We've been using the brayer a lot. It's really good to adhere paper down on mats because with paper you want to be really gentle. So have I missed anything, Becca?
Anna says that she has her ATG gun that she doesn't think has ever been loaded, so we can use it for the video, which is amazing.
Anna, hi.
Yes, hello. And I think that's pretty much it. Just a little chatter back and forth with
Sweet.
friends. Yeah,
let me know. If you guys have any questions, Becca will ask me or she'll answer them herself because she is extremely knowledgeable. Okay, so over in Design Space, we'll just head over there if you guys are comfortable with all of the supplies that we've used. So here in Design Space, it looks like a bit of a mess, but this is the finished card. Not the base color red, of course, because we're not using that, but this is what the finished card will look like. And I'm just gonna go through the process on how we got here, so it's not that confusing for you guys. So the cut files that we're using today, I have this grouped, is this cut file here, Be Creative. Becca made this a long time ago.
We have worn it out.
We have, she says we like she doesn't want to blame me, but I just keep going back to this cut file. It's just so darn cute. And I wanted to make this Valentine themed, and I'm not going to take the credit for the idea. I did change up the style of this quite a bit, but I was getting inspired on Pinterest, as crafters often do, and it said, "Be mine," and it had a little bee on it, and I'm like, oh, I've got to do that. So I knew that's what I wanted to do for today's project. So we're going to do a little bit of manipulating, but first we're going to make a card base. Now the card base that we're going to make today, please make it however big you want to, okay? An A2 size card is 8.5 by 5.5. This is the card base that we're using. So let's just take this one for example. So we have just went to basic shapes, grabbed a square. It's popped up here for us. We'll go up here and click that orientation lock to where that's unlocked so that the width and height will size separately from each other. Now we're gonna go 8.5, and then in our height we'll go 5.5. Now that's our card base here. We want to get a scoring line or a score line, and you might be like, well, where are those at? It's actually in the shapes as well, except it doesn't say score line anymore, and it looks like just a straight line, so it's a little confusing. But you just click on that little score line there and it'll pop it in. So we'll place it here. No rhyme or reason, doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna straighten this all out right now. So once you have this relatively in the center, you can take it, click and hold to drag and select both of your layers. You can make sure they're selected by looking in the right layers panel. Both of them are highlighted. So then you'll come up here to align and click Align Center. And as you can see, it just shifted to the right a little. And now that it's together, you need to attach these. So we're gonna click Attach. And now you can change this color. We're gonna click on our square. We're just gonna change this to like a, let's just change it to that green color there. So that's our base. And now we need a panel. So we're gonna be putting this, printing and cutting on a little panel here. So here's the panel we're using. Now you can see for one of these, let me bring this together. If this happens, just click Send to Front. We want to have a little bit of our base showing behind here. So this is 4.5 by 5.5, or excuse me, 4.25 by 5.5, which that's the folded dimensions of your base. So I want a little bit of the base to show through. So instead of 4.25, I'm going with 4 inches, and instead of 5.5, I'm going with 5.25 inches. So again, I just grabbed another basic square and did that. So that is how it'll look with your panel laying on there. That's how to make a card base. Super, super easy. You also don't even have to do this in Design Space if you don't want to. If you didn't know, an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, regular printer paper, makes 2 perfect A2 size card bases. If you just wanted to go that route, totally fine. So now we'll go ahead and put this together. We're gonna take our B here, Be Creative. And as you can see, Becca has made this a handy dandy SVG with all these different layers. So I'm gonna go to the Creative and just click Delete because we don't need that. Now change any of these colors you want to. You can delete any colors you want to. If you don't like the color of the wings, delete it, or you can go back it up and change the color, whatever you want to do. I personally think that she has made this cut file absolutely perfect, so I'm not going to touch any of that. I'm going to take this little B mine here, which again, use whatever font you want. Becca hand lettered this for me today. Use whatever your little heart, whatever makes your little heart happy. So I'm going to size my B up. And what we're doing right now is I just want to make these look good and proportional with each other. So I might make this a little bit smaller. bring it up. Okay, so now when you have this, you want them to be apart how you want it to. So you don't want it too close together or too far apart. You want these to be kind of scooched up to each other. Now we're going to select both of these, go up here to align, and align this center horizontally. So it's just going to make sure that this is perfectly in the center. That doesn't look like the center to me. Let me center it. That looks more like the center to me. Let me look at this one. Okay, I'm just going to trust the process.
You know what? I say go with what looks good to your eye.
I think that's a good thing too. Sometimes this thing, while it might be accurate, it might not be more accurate to your eye. So I'm just going to scoot it over a little bit and select both of these. And I'm going to do a lot of grouping before I flatten all of this, because you guys know all of these little pieces right now are going to be cut out. So while I'm designing this, I'm just going to be doing some grouping, which all group means is that these are going to stay together on the canvas. It will not stay together if I click make it and go on to do my other steps or anything like that. So these are just going to hold them together for me while I'm working. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to bring this here. Kind of look how that looks. I like that. Now I'm going to get a basic shape here. Now we do have some heart cut files. I'm just going to use a heart from Basic Shapes. Please use whatever you want. I'm going to bring this heart in just like this. Doesn't have to be perfect right now. And then we're going to change the color of this heart. So let's think about what color we want. I don't know what color I want the card base. So maybe I'll do red on these and make the card base look good with red, because last time I did pink. Pink's actually cute. I'm gonna stick with pink. I'm gonna stick with my gun. Okay. Now we're gonna duplicate this. Well, no, first jumping the gun. I'm gonna select all of this together. Again, you can make sure all of it's selected by looking at your layers panel. I'm gonna go to align. A lot of aligning. Whenever you design anything in Design Space, you're gonna be aligning things quite a bit just to make sure they're all straight and centered exactly how it should be to look professional. So again, we're going to center this horizontally, and I just wanted that heart and this B to kind of lock where it's supposed to be on this card base. I'm going to go ahead and lock these two layers together, the B line and the base. Now again, you can tell before I had all of these together, but now I just want the B and the base together, and you can see it's left out my heart exactly like I want it to. So I'm going to click Group. And now I'm going to go and bring my heart. I'm going to click Arrange and send that back to the front. And now I'm going to duplicate my heart and pull it over here. And I'm going to curve this over a little bit. I want this to kind of fall a little bit farther into my design and look a little bit smaller, just like that. See how cute that is? And now, instead of getting another heart and trying to make them the same size, we're going to take this heart, duplicate this heart, and then instead of curving it the other way and risking it not being the same exact angle, we're going to go to flip and flip this horizontally. Now I just have to lay it right here, and it's going to look exactly how it's supposed to look. So I'm going to take this little heart, and I'm going to hold down Shift on my keyboard and click the other little heart. Now you can see my middle heart is not selected, but my two little side hearts are. That's exactly what we want. I'm going to go to Align, and I'm going to align these center vertically. And now I'm going to take all three of these little fellas, go to Align, and I'm going to distribute these horizontally. So that's just going to kind of make these super even. So now that these are nice and even, I'm going to click down Shift again. Make sure I did that properly. Perfect. Okay, so this looks really cute. Looks really good. Now at this point, you can take all of these little hearts and group these together. We're going to go ahead and duplicate this and place it on the bottom. But we're going to actually, excuse me, whoop, whoop. There we go. Now we're going to duplicate these like I mentioned and slide them down to the bottom. But I want these to be flipped around, to be little upside down hearts facing inward. So I'm going to go back to flip and flip these vertically, just like that. Now at this point, with all this grouped, I'm going to take this and this. Again, I was just holding down that Shift key on my keyboard, and I just locked those into place, made sure they were centered horizontally. Now look how cute this is. Look how cute. Now you can make this smaller, make this bigger, whatever you want. If your little hearts are too big, you see mine here. It looks pretty much the same. Super cute. So once you're done designing, take your time. You're not running a race with this at all. You want to make sure everything looks nice and is super centered up. Once you like it, go ahead and get all of it. Make sure you select everything. You can see in the layers panel, everything is selected. And you're gonna come down here and click flatten, because again, right now, all of these little bitty pieces are gonna be cut out, and we don't want that. We want this all to be a flat image. So we're gonna click flatten. Now you can see all those layers have disappeared and it turned into one little layer. And now this is gonna sit perfectly on our little card base. Look how stinking cute. Look how cute. Okay, so we have our card base. It's attached with our score line, perfect. And we have our card front panel, which is all flattened, perfect. Now, if you're at this stage and you're like, okay, let's just go ahead and make it, I urge you to go ahead and save your project, maybe even a couple times through this process, because you are working really hard in here designing something in Design Space, and you don't want Design Space to glitch on you. You don't want any mistakes to happen. You don't want your computer to die, or heaven forbid, you know, who knows what could happen. So while you're designing, go up here and save your project. Save it, please. You will thank me later. Now, as you can see, this one that we're going to be creating today is much smaller. And I wanted to tell you why, is because this guy, let me just show you. I'm going to group this together and hide this. If I were to be like, okay, this is good. This is an A2 size card, basic card. Let's go ahead and click make it. You can see it only puts one on one sheet of paper. I hate the waste of this. I really do. It kills me. So I'm going to click cancel. And now I'm going to hide this one and then unhide this one. And here's what happened. So here is the size of it. It's 6.935 by 4.487. Okay, that doesn't really matter, but what I did basically was make it small enough to where when I click make it, I can fit 4 of these on one sheet of paper, 4 of them. So if you're making these for a classroom or something like that, this is much better to be able to make them in bulk and not waste so much, because we have pretty much maxed out the 6.75 by 9.25 size restriction. Because if you didn't know, that is the size restriction for print and cut projects. It is very sad, but that's what it is. So we've had a little work around here so you can make your A2 size card regular, or you can make it a little bit smaller to be able to fit plenty on a sheet of paper. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to hook up to my Cricut and click continue. And now I'm going to click cancel because I wanted to add 4 and I didn't do that. So I'm going to go up here and add 4. Now you might be saying, well, Rachel, why are you adding project copies and not just duplicating them in Design Space? Total personal preference. Do whatever you want to do. You can do it in Design Space or you can do it project copies. It's going to be the same either way. So now we're going to click continue. I'm going to go ahead and send this to my printer. And here's what we're going to do. If you haven't seen Becca's video on 7 ways to have perfect print and cuts, she gives so many tips. I think there's like 2 bonus tips. It's like 9.
I kept, like when we were videoing it, I was like, Rachel, maybe we should change the number. Wait, maybe we should change the number. She was like, you're being ridiculous.
She was like, here's another bonus
I think it ended up being like 10.
Yes, there was a lot of tips in there. But one of the most beneficial is to be able to use your system dialog. Now, the system dialog will allow you to be able to change the quality of your print, and that's going to make a big difference. And if you can see, it's really small, but it says after clicking print, your print dialog may appear behind your Design Space application. So we're going to go ahead and click print, and then we're going to minimize my Design Space screen. And right here is where the printer settings pops up. Why is it black and white? Oh, I have that selected. My bad. We want this in color.
That's
for sure.
odd, but that was a great troubleshooting.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? And I saw the little bitty tick on black and white. Okay, so we have our correct printer selected. We want 1 copy, and then down here is where it's important. You can see this quality was at normal. Actually, I think it saved my last use settings, which is very handy. But it's normally set right here to normal, and we are switching it to best. We want this to print with the best quality, so it's going to take a little bit longer to print, but it's going to be 100% worth it. We also want to make sure we're selecting to feed this from the rear tray. That's going to make a difference because we are using such heavy cardstock. And then before I click print, this is probably going to be the last time we're in Design Space, so I'll tell you right now where I want our materials to be, what I want our materials to be. So for this super heavy cardstock, we're going to use craft board. This is heavy cardstock, but as you can see, it says 100-pound cardstock, and we are gauging this about 120 pounds. So we're going to use the craft board setting. that is what we're going to use for this. So I'm going to go up here, just like we did, and send this to our little printer. And then I'll let you guys see it work in action. Okay, so I'm going to put my computer down carefully if I can. Ooh. Then I'm going to open up our rear tray. And our printer is on. It's ready to go. And where's our paper? I'm going to put our paper in here. See how easy it is? You just got to pop it in the top. It's so nice. I'm going to click print and then kind of shut my laptop a little so you guys can see a little bit better. But we'll let this little fella print out. Now again, because we have selected that best quality setting, it's going to take a little bit longer to print. It's like telling the printer, take your time, make sure it's a good print. So it's going to take its time. Becca, have I missed anything? I can't see comments. I hope I haven't.
They're loving the design. They're coming up with ideas for it, what they're going to do with it. Beth says that you guys are on the same page. She made a Be Mine shirt for Valentine's Day.
So cute.
Our friend Elizabeth says, so happy to be here. I've been battling COVID this week, so prayers for Elizabeth.
Feel better.
We are so sorry for you.
Yes.
I'm still dealing with the cough, so it's very, like...
Yes. It's weird what symptoms linger for different people.
Yes.
We know that COVID... hits people completely differently. Some people are asymptomatic, have zero symptoms, and other people are hospitalized and put on ventilators. We get that it's a very random, horrible sickness, but it's so odd. My parents both got it, unfortunately, weeks ago. They're both completely much better now. But the tiredness, Mom was so fatigued for so long after having it, and then other people are just raring to go. And then some people, like Becca, have a little lingering cough.
But I had energy the entire time. I've never been tired. Like,
yes.
not even, like, when I had 102.3 fever.
It's so weird.
I was still super energetic.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Some people run a fever for weeks. My brother-in-law had a fever 3 weeks after he tested positive for COVID. And it's just the most random things. I'm like, gosh, I hope all of you feel better. And it printed in black and white.
Even though you clicked that?
So I'm going to have to click to print again. My bad, guys, but that's okay. We got time.
But that's so weird.
Maybe I accidentally clicked it again. Whatever. You never know. It's not that bad though. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Yeah,
Let's see.
use it. I'll use it.
That is cute. That's not bad.
No, I don't think so. So I'm gonna put another sheet in. Sorry, guys, my fault.
I don't think they care.
I don't think they care either.
I don't think they care.
Okay. Okay, I want to pop this down again. But yes, prayers for you through COVID. Somehow, I should probably not even be saying this. I'm going to knock on this.
Yeah, don't say it. Just don't even say it.
Never mind.
Just don't even say it.
I'm so glad I'm healthy.
Exactly.
That's all I'm going to say. Because the second we say something. I said yesterday, I can say it now because that's just how confident I am. I was thinking yesterday how we have had so many successful live streams with little to no tech issues at all. I think.
Oh, what are you doing to us?
I'm not very superstitious. Like our mic making like a little fuzzy noise is like all we've had, and we're not used to that. We used to have trouble constantly,
and it's like for no particular reason. Like it was just random.
If I didn't check to make sure everything worked like an hour before the live stream and all heck broke loose, sometimes it was a way longer fix than you think, because believe it or not, we weren't properly trained on how to use everything. So we like had to call a buddy and be like, how do we fix it? Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was rough. But again, we've had like no issues here. Praise the Lord. But anyways, I would still use these. It's weird that black and white still has like some grayish pigment and stuff. I don't know. It kind of. I thought if you click black and white, it would be black and white only.
Yeah, not grayscale, just black and white. Yeah.
But here's the one. Here's how it should look. Much cuter, in my opinion. Much, much cuter. Okay. Since we're done printing, I'm gonna set this guy on the floor because he's cramping my style.
Rachel, Lori Long says, hi from New Mexico. It is my very first live ever. So happy to be here.
Oh my gosh, welcome.
Lori.
We're so glad that you're here.
Yes, we are.
You've picked a good one. I love making these little cards. They're so cute. Okay. So we are going to Like I said, change our material settings in Design Space. I told you guys to use craft board. We're going to use craft board with more pressure, and then we're going to load our paper on our mat here. Everything's going to go in the top left corner. So I'm going to lay this down, use my little brayer here. And one thing about it, which camera are we on?
Overhead.
Okay, one thing about it, these registration marks here are very important to all print and cut projects. This is what your Cricut is going to scan with its little scanner and make sure it can cut this exactly where it needs to be cut. So these registration marks, if you're brand new to print and cut, don't be scared. They're supposed to be here. Yes, use them. They're great. Okay, so now we'll load this on into our Cricut, or Cricut. Load it in. Becca, I haven't had any more problems with this maker curling the sides of my mats. I don't know if I just have like a special touch now. I don't know what's going on.
You know, I haven't either. I wonder, well, no, because other people have had issues too. I was going to say,
Have they?
Now, no, whoa. When it was curling, it was a Cricut mat. These are Nicopa.
Cricut sucks. No.
Well, it makes me wonder if they're maybe a little bit wider or something. I don't know.
Weird.
Now, Kat is here, I think, still. Kat, I know you have issues with yours curling. Is it only with Cricut mats, or is it with Nicopa, or like, have you seen that to be? Yeah, I want to know. Not just Kat. If anyone else has
these haven't curled.
That's interesting.
Becca might be onto something.
Yeah.
It's a good little idea there, Becca, for sure. Do you guys remember when my husband was here producing when Becca was home with her sweet kiddos, and he diagnosed why I was having a fail on that live stream, and me being a cricketer for like 6 years couldn't even. He's never cricketed before, and he sat there and was like, "Well, it's doing that because X, Y, and Z," and I was like, mind blown. I mean, It was nuts. I was so proud, so proud. Which brings me to want to talk about this. If you guys didn't know, we're having an event this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Valentine's with the Flock, and we're going to be having some fondue, crafting with you guys, and all of our husbands are going to be here, and we're going to force them to be here on the craft table doing something probably humiliating.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. So all of our spouses are going to be here just cracking everyone up, I'm sure, because they're all really laid back too. I'm pretty sure all of our husbands are pretty laid back, and I'm really interested to see what we can put them through and how we can just get their little crafty wheels turning. That's going to be really fun.
They're commenting on Charlie poking out.
Yes.
That he's adorable.
Charlie
I actually want to
poking
see
out.
it again. She actually looks pregnant now.
Do you think I look pregnant now?
Yeah, you do.
I look pretty
You do.
pregnant.
Yeah.
He's poked out. He's poked
oh
out.
my gosh, so yummy.
But yeah, so be here on Valentine's Day, 2 days before.
Is there a magnet sheet that you can use for print and cut? Yes, I did some print and cut magnets beginning of last school year, and I cannot remember the brand. I think I just got them from Hobby Lobby, to be honest.
Was it in like a roll, or were they sheets?
No, these were sheets.
Sheets,
Yeah.
okay,
You can get a roll. I'll have to look it up.
I remember those.
Yes, they were
really
good.
thin. Go through your
Yes.
print. Again, that is one reason you really need a rear loading tray on your printer. Definitely get a rear loading tray. Okay, I'm going to pop this off. Super easy. That cut beautifully, like butter. Black butter. Barely anything wasted, which is perfect. So I'm going to pop that in there. We're going to flip our mat over. If you're brand new here, we do this every time. It prevents curling on all of our paper projects. Do it. I'm going to do that. Okay. Now, while we're on this camera, I'm going to go ahead and load our paper on here. Then we'll go change our printer settings. I'm going to lay this here because I don't know what color I want to use. Let's see. Also, another thing, this is white cord. Not amazing for cards. You can't really notice it. And this is another reason I didn't have a bone folder on today's supply list, because bone folders tend to make white cord cards. Maybe it's a personal thing. Maybe
I agree.
Okay, I was about to say maybe it's just me because I'm really rough on stuff. But if I bone fold it down and give all that pressure, it really kind of brings out the white core. So I did not want to use that. I'm just using my hands today to crease that. I don't know. Okay, so here's that color. Let me see. I could use like a cream. That seems boring though. I used a purple and I used this green before. Both are cute.
Oh, the
it's
green
kind of
is
like conversation heart colors is what I was kind of going for. This orange is cute. Does he clash with the pink too much?
That's terrible.
Huh?
That's terrible.
Is it terrible?
Maybe it's this view because that one looked decent.
Maybe.
Use that pink, that hot pink.
What? Where's the hot pink at?
It was toward the back.
Where's he at? Towards the back?
I'm sorry. Toward the end of, right there.
That's red.
Okay, so the colors here
That's
are
100%
not
red.
Are not in real life. I'm looking at the screen. It looks hot pink on the screen.
But on here, does it look red to you if you look at this?
Oh, no. In person, it totally looks like, it's like a pink maroon. Never mind. You do you, Rachel. Maybe that one that I said looks terrible really looks good in real life.
How bad is that? That's pretty bad, too. These colors suck. Okay, let me see.
Green it is.
Green
goes with everything.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's terrible, too.
Do you have any prettier colors?
You want me to look?
I should have picked one out. Hey, this orange. Ooh. Every time I'm like, hey, that's not bad, it totally is horrible. I don't want them to be ugly.
We have cream. We have brown.
Ooh, give me that pink over here on the right.
This pink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll use this little pink. That's pretty. That's pretty cute. Okay. Thanks, Becca.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. We're gonna load this on here. Place it right there. Since this is pretty thin paper, I'm not gonna braid this on. It's pretty thin. I don't wanna hurt it. So now we'll go over into Design Space, and we're gonna have to do 2 of these. I'm just gonna do 1. I don't want to waste any more paper. We're gonna have 6 of these puppies, so we're gonna do 2 of these today, which I really think I could squeeze another one. I'm gonna try and squeeze another one on here. Let me click done. I'm gonna click cancel, and I'm gonna try and squeeze 3 on here. So I'm gonna go to this one, click these little dots, and click move object, and I'm gonna go to this one. Let me see if I can squeeze this on here. Oh, I bet I can. No, I can't. Ugh. That's,
maybe.
I think I've done it. I'm going to do it. I think that's good. It might not cut perfectly. We're going to try. Okay, now I'm going to click continue. If you've never done that, that's a fun little trick to do. It's a fun little trick. We're going to go with medium cardstock. I'm going to give that a little bit more pressure. And here's the magic. As you can see, it says load in your single scoring wheel and clamp B. Well, we're using a scoring stylus. We don't have, well, we do have our scoring stylus. Or excuse me, we do have our scoring wheel, but I don't want to use it today. We're just going to use our scoring stylus. So you can go right up here to edit tools. And if you click that, you can just change it from scoring wheel to scoring stylus and click apply. And that's it. It's as easy as that. So now I'll go ahead and load our mat in. And then here's how you load the scoring stylus. Very easy thing to do. Open that clamp A, pop that in. You'll hear a little bit of a pop. That's a good thing. Close that clamp. Now we'll load in our material. And that'll cut out for us. Easy peasy. Okay, let me see. You did it. I did it. I thought I could do it. After I cut the ones that I pre-made this morning, I thought, I feel like I could cram 3 card bases into 1 sheet of paper. So we shall see how that works. Go ahead and click the flashing start button, which Becca is more sad about this than I am.
I'm heartbroken over it.
But she knows exactly what I'm talking about. It used to be a little Cricut symbol that was flashing. So we would say, click the flashing Cricut button. That's just what for years, that's what we said. And these new machines came out, and it's not a Cricut. It's like a little start play button.
Yeah, and here's what I don't understand. Like, I am all about branding, and unless maybe it costs them a ton of money to do it or something. I have no idea. Like,
yeah.
Why would you not keep it branded?
I don't know.
Also, it's hard for us to get out of the habit of saying things.
It's so clearly.
It's very evident we've also had issues on other things.
Clearly. I hadn't done it until then.
That's true.
And then I did it the other day. It's a problem.
Whatever, it's fine.
Okay. It did cut all 3 out. I'm really impressed. Look at this, guys. Look. I'm so excited. I could not have crammed a 4th anywhere in here. But, so now I'm done with the Cricut. I'm going to unplug this from my laptop. and remove the excess here. And that's pretty good. I think we've used plenty of that. Now, why Cricut wouldn't go ahead and put 3 on this piece of paper beats the heck out of me. I don't know why they would do that. But we're just going to remove these carefully. This is pretty thin cardstock, which brings me to another point. Since this is thin cardstock, and Becca's probably already been thinking about this, I'm not a huge card maker, so I don't think about it much. But with thin paper like this, you probably are going to want you guys an insert. That'd probably help the process. Like a good thick, if you wanted to use that 120-pound cardstock as your insert, that would be good. But anyways, we're just going to crease this by hand. The creases are really prominent on this paper. So all I'm going to do is find that crease and crease it just like that. Perfect. Perfect. Just going to do this on all 3 of these. And this is colored core, which is beautiful.
Much better.
Good choice. Good choice. Also, guys, look, I don't have a rainbow Band-Aid on today, and my thumb doesn't feel near as good as it did yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely because I don't have a rainbow Band-Aid on. Okay. So now I'm going to take this, and look, Becca, that's all I'm doing. That's the only ATG I'm doing on this thing. Just 2 little swipes.
You know what, Rachel? If filling up that whole card makes you happy, you fill up that card.
Guys, I probably waste $2 per card on this ATG.
You're not wrong, but whatever.
Oh gosh. So make sure that you are holding your card the way you want it to open. So I want mine to open like this. So we're gonna take the panel, and again, it's gonna have a little bit of overhang on all the sides. Just place it down. Look how stinking, that pink's a good choice. That's cute. I would normally, honestly, guys, do HTG all around every single side and then like 6 swipes in the middle. I was so overkill on it. I don't know why. And if you've never used an ATG gun, all you have to do, there's a little trigger here. All you have to do is place it down on the corner, hold down that trigger, drag it, release the trigger, and pull up. That's it. It's super easy to do. And it's not like permanent. If you get this on a card and it's completely lopsided or something, you can peel it up and redo it. It's not that big of a deal. It won't damage it.
They want to know what happened to your thumb range.
So we here at Oak and Lamb ran out of big trash bags for our big trash cans, which is a sad day. But when you run out, like, no one wanted to go to the store just to get trash bags, even though Becca ended up having to do that 2 weeks later anyways.
Because Mark didn't order them when I asked him to have him order me.
Yeah, he was supposed to order them from Sam's and he didn't.
Thanks,
Shame
Mark.
on you, Mark. So Becca went and got trash bags, and I thought, okay, I'll start putting it in other bags anyway so we can empty out this trash can, because we had been throwing the trash directly in the can. And it's not like food or nasty stuff. It's just craft scrap, so it's not like it was that big a deal. Well, I had forgotten that a week before or so, Anna was on her way out with just like a handful of stuff, arms full, and dropped the lid to a really nice candle. And the really nice candle busted and went all over the floor. So we picked it all up, and then we just threw it in the trash can, and I forgot that we had done that. So I'm gloved up. I have some gloves on, but I have a trash bag, and I'm just getting handfuls of the trash and throwing it in a big trash bag. And then I got to the candle and had forgotten that it was in there and just sliced my thumb open. I got blood in lots of places. Poor Becca, she went in the bathroom and she was like, "Oh man, something's on the wall." And I'm like, "It's probably blood." And it totally was blood. I don't know how I got it up on the walls in the bathroom. It looked like a massacre everywhere in there. I don't really know what happened.
It's okay.
But it was fine. Not a big deal. Like, not stitch worthy. I didn't need stitches or anything like that. It wasn't that bad. It's healing up though. But I told Becca today, it's in an awkward spot. So every time it starts to heal, I'll do something and then rip it open again. Yeah. Whatever. You know how. It could be much worse. What do you guys think of our little cards? Let me lay them all up.
Chrissy said we need an official O&L merch shirt that says, "Look how stinking cute that is."
Look how stinking cute. I think I say that a lot.
You do. Yeah.
I can't help it.
No, it's
I'm
not
like
annoying.
I'm like a little infomercial lady. I can't help that I'm really excited about stuff. Look Look how cute these are. Also, you all know this about me. I enjoy little things. I like things to be smaller than they're supposed to be. I think it's adorable. So for these to be a little bit smaller than A2 size cards, that makes me happy that they're little bitty.
Well, in my head, Valentines are small.
They are small.
Like, they're small.
They're small. They're supposed to be small. Yeah. Becca, tell them what happened to you about your Valentines. Because Becca, she is the type. She's a type A. You know, she's a perfectionist. She's all in. She doesn't stop till something's done. And she was very ahead this Valentine's Day. She had her Valentines for her kids.
Well, preface by saying last year I did them ahead of time.
Yes.
And then my kid got COVID and didn't even get to take them to the Valentine party. So this year, got them ahead. I emailed the teacher how many kids are in the class right now, got them pre-made, got a thing in their folders sent home yesterday saying that the party was on Friday and that the list of kids was blah, blah, blah. And it's like kindergarten through 4th grade. So now I have to make... Now, I thought I had all of them done because I'd just done them for their classes.
But why would you? Now, it's a small school, a very small school.
It is.
But that's not the point. Why would you hand out Valentines for all the grades?
Well,
like that?
mind you, I mean, they go to play like recess together. They have lunch together. So like all of the grades do stuff together. But
still, when you're making your own, ugh.
I just didn't know. I thought I was ahead, and now I get to rush around and make more Valentines before Friday.
Because there were little parties on Friday. Yes. Yes. I was rushing around today, actually. Becca had an appointment that she zipped off to this morning. And she left, and I was like, is there anything that I need to film? Because Becca's quiet as a mouse when I'm filming here. But I'm like, is there anything I could film so that when she's back, she doesn't have to be quiet. She can do what she needs to do, or she can play music or whatever. So I thought, I could film a member only. I could film an organic. And then it hit me. I was like, we're out of organic videos. We don't have any for Saturday. Oh my gosh. So I slapped this makeup on and rushed over here and filmed it. It's a good video though. Filmed the video and then sat my butt down and thought, we have a live event on Saturday. I don't have to have a pre-recorded video out on Saturday. But that's okay. That's okay. Because we just ran out. Me and Becca had filmed several and had them for like a month and a half. And we just ran out, and then it hit me, and then I'm like, wait, we have a fantastic live event Saturday. We don't have an organic video going out because we're going to be here live. So be here Saturday if you have no plans. If you do, that's fine. But we're going to be here at noon Eastern time, having a blast. It's just going to be a party. We're going to be eating a lot. I've heard tell about some delicious sounding mimosas that I am extremely sad I'm missing, because I've had, not of course in the last 9 months, but I've had mimosas before. They have not, because a mimosa is technically just champagne with orange juice, and then never enjoyed one, never had one I've enjoyed. And Becca's like, oh, you would like mine. Then she tells me what's in it. My mouth's like watering, and of course I can't drink it. So she can share that recipe with you all on Saturday. We're going to have fondue, a really fun beer cheese fondue that we're going to dip a lot of fun, yummy stuff in that we can tell you the recipe for that. And then we're going to have a chocolate fondue to dip a bunch of other yummy stuff in. We're going to do some crafting. We're going to humiliate our husbands. We've got some laughs. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great little party. I hope you're here with us. Okay, have I missed any questions? Let me see. Do you do an insert with the sentiments in it too for the cards? Absolutely, Susan. Make an insert if you want to. It's basically just the card base, but size it down just a hair. That's all you have to do. Leave the score line in it, all that good stuff. And then that you can write your sentiment. I would write my sentiment in it before I placed it in the card, just in case you misspell something or you make an error. I totally would do that. And then you'd have to like rip that, insert out. Or you could just write it right here, because these honestly aren't that flimsy. With the front panel on with that 120-pound cardstock, it adds a lot of stability to the card, but totally up to you. Okay, let me see. Have I missed anything else? Let me see. Rachel, maybe substitute the champagne with ginger ale. That sounds good. Becca's like, but Becca, you're not... I don't have another choice. If it's my only option, it sounds good to me. It's okay. I've just got a couple more weeks, and I'll just make Becca make them again on like a random Wednesday. You know, I'll just call and be like, "Hey, can you bring mimosas to work Monday?" I don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Charlotte. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Question: Do you two feel like Lucy and Vivian? Do we feel like Lucy and Vivian, Becca? They're like BFFs.
I thought Ethel and Lucy were BFFs.
Lucy and Vivian. Did you mean Lucy and Ethel? Is there another sitcom?
I'm looking it up.
Look it up.
Oh, Lucy and Vivian show.
Oh, it's a show.
Vivian Vance. Hold on.
Vivian
Let me look
Vance.
this up. The Lucy show.
I'm gonna say yes.
Lucy and
I'm gonna say yes. We are. Yeah. I'm sure.
Did Lucy and Vivian get along? Oh, why did I think her name was Ethel? Her name's Vivian? From the Lucy, I Love Lucy show?
No way.
Is it Vivian?
It's not Vivian.
I'm really confused now.
It's Ethel. Is it Ethel?
Is it Ethel? Wow.
Is it Vivian? Is it Lucy and Vivian?
Which one is which? I want to know that. Which one's Lucy and which one's Vivian Ethel? That's her name.
Vivian Ethel. Are we thinking of different?
I don't know.
It's Lucy and Ethel. Vivian Vance played Ethel.
Ethel. Oh, okay. Ethel
Vivian
is
Vance
Vivian. Okay,
played
okay,
Ethel.
okay. Lucille Ball and Vivian
and
Vance. Yes, Lucy and
I'm
Ethel.
probably
Yeah.
Ethel.
Okay.
I'm probably Ethel.
Okay.
Let me know who's who. Now I need to know. Now I need to know who's who. I think I'm probably Ethel. I love Lucy though. With Ricky Ricardo. Lucy.
I love that show too. Yeah, super fun.
It's good.
Lucy and Ethel. Yeah, we feel like Lucy and Ethel, I guess.
I think so. I need to know who's who.
Yeah, they're all stuck on telling us that it is Lucy and Ethel.
Or
it's like 10 minutes.
A little bit of Googling and we've got it. We've got it. Yeah. Okay. Are you guys making Valentines for your kiddos or your grandkids? Let me know.
Are you making Lenny a Valentine? No?
Oh, I read on the radio. I heard on the radio the other day that people, what is it? It was like $1.2 billion that people spend on Valentine's for their pets.
Yeah. I thought you meant in general, just on pets?
On their pets.
Well, you know Granger's getting Valentine's. Is Anna still here?
I don't know.
You should have seen the slew of stuff she got for her birthday on Saturday or Sunday.
It was Granger's birthday.
Yes, we had a birthday party and everything.
Now I know she had a first birthday party.
Oh,
I remember Becca made what was it? There was those little drink bags, and then you made some stuff with stickers on it.
Yeah.
I remember her first birthday party.
Forgot about that.
Thanks for the invite, Anna. We both right now only have 4-legged children, but I get it. Whatever. Rach, you are Lucy. Becca is Ethel. What?
Susan says the opposite. It's so funny.
I feel like I would be Ethel because she's a little bit, I don't know. Lucy's Lucy, you know? And then Ethel's like kind of running around right behind Lucy, just kind of doing whatever Lucy says. If Becca told me to jump off a cliff, I'd probably be like, okay, which one? Tell me, which cliff am I jumping off of?
Stop.
I would. I'd do it. I would do it.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. It'd be like, it sure will if you say it.
Becca said. Stop. Lucy had the red hair. I've also had red hair.
Yes. Well,
you had red hair too.
Yes, I did. That was 10 years ago.
It wasn't too far after the...
What are you saying? What are you trying to say right now?
Fanny pack with the batteries.
Lowly homeschool. I'm sorry to sweat.
Which is so funny because I have a photo that's so eerily similar.
We went, I think it was like the first trip that I had been on, I guess, in a while. And we went camping in Washington, D.C. lowly homeschooler right here. So we get there, and then we're gonna like walk around just like the Capitol building and all the sights to see in DC. And I had just purchased myself a phone because me and Becca were just talking about like the value of $1 and instilling that in your kids and how important that is. So when it comes to my first phone and stuff, Mom was like, you need to buy it for yourself. You'll value it more, this and that. So I totally did. So I bought myself a little flip phone from Walmart. And there in DC, I was really paranoid of getting like apart from Mom. So I had my phone on me and I would charge it obsessively. And I also had like this little fan with like a little squirt spritz water thing that I wanted to keep with me because it was really hot. And I thought, how could I keep all of this on me? How could I do that? So I thought, fanny pack. So I went to Goodwill and I picked out a fanny pack. So here I am in Washington, D.C. with my little light up Skechers being 10 years old. They were like...
Wait, you had light up Skechers?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this story gets better every time I hear it.
I had on girls' swim trunks, okay, that I was just wearing out and about. A shirt that said like, Save the World Shop Local or something. I have no idea what even was going on. And then I had my fanny pack strapped.
What did the hat have on it?
I couldn't even tell you what the hat had on it, but I had on a hat. It was like a ponytail. My hair was short, so like
Same.
The ponytail looked like this coming out of the ponytail. And I had my fanny pack on. The fan was hanging from the zipper of the fanny pack, just kind of, just flopping around.
Okay.
In the fanny pack, the only thing that was in it was my cell phone, the charger to my cell phone, because who doesn't need that, And cell phones 10 years ago, they lasted days to charge.
Yeah.
And then extra batteries for my fan, just in case my fan quit working. That's all that was in my fanny pack the entire time we were in DC. Hysterical. It was hysterical. Like who?
So good.
Honestly,
so
pitiful.
good.
But Becca does have a picture that's eerily similar to it.
In Washington, D.C.
In Washington, D.C.
I had a fanny pack and a weird hat and some terrible clothes.
I'm telling you.
And here's the thing. If my mom is here, okay, fantastic. Mom,
Dan's
what
here.
were you thinking? Children these days look adorable. Like they look adorable, and it's not like they look like adults because my kids do not dress like adults. They just look cute. What were you smoking, letting me out of the house? Look, I look like a vagrant.
Becca, do you remember how long your socks were that you had pushed down?
Well,
her socks
ankle socks were not a thing in the 90s, early 90s.
High,
they were not a thing.
And she just pulled them down. There was like just a crinkled up sock above her shoe like this thing.
I mean, oh my gosh.
It was the best. My mom.
Flat bill. My hat was flat. Oh.
Listen, I need to see that picture again because it's not burned in my mind enough like mine was. I need it
eventually,
again.
or we did like a side by side.
And
we have to find that again.
We do need to find that again. My Mama B used to perm my mom's hair for her. And I don't know if you've ever seen Napoleon Dynamite. My mom looked exactly like Napoleon, like the big glasses, the really short, permed, fluffed out hair. People have made fun of her for years about looking just like Napoleon Dynamite, but I'll show you some pictures, Becca. It's horrible. But again, you get 10 years later and you're like, that was just awful. But in the moment, I felt so cool with my fanny pack.
I don't know that I felt
I'm
cool.
like, I know everyone wants to kidnap me because of just how cool I look.
Why does no one want to be my friend?
Why does no one? Me and Becca would have been like the
BFF,
best
yeah,
friends.
absolutely.
We are, but like growing up, can you even imagine? Because
I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know though. I don't know. We didn't
don't
really
know?
have a lot of same interests back then.
that's true.
I mean, I played sports 24/7.
And
You
Becca
would have
has
been bored to tears.
I would have
Yeah.
been there cheering you on though.
That's true. You
I
would
could
have been my
the
cheerleader. You could have been. Yeah. You have so much experience.
And upward with my light up Skechers again.
And your
making a
pom-poms you had
comeback.
to put in the dryer. I've still never heard of this.
I have to ask Mom about the pom-poms in the dryer. I do. This is so much fun though. See, I wish that we could hear stories about you all for us to get to know you all better.
Well, we will.
At the
In
camp
June,
trip,
yeah,
yes, at
yeah.
the camp trip. We do have a camp trip, a flock, Camp with the Flock, June
with the
8th to the 12th. And I can just picture us in the evenings just kind of piling to someone's campsite and roasting some marshmallows and just getting to know everyone. I'm just so excited about it. Just passing the baby around. Sure, whatever. I'm just so excited. So I hope that we get to know you guys so much better at that trip. For those of you that are coming, we're so excited. So stinking excited. Let me see. Hey, Becca, love the newest cut files. Sonia. Becca?
Thank you.
Has went above and beyond. They are so cute. Go check them out if you haven't already. We have like over 200 cut files. We were talking about this the other day too. And while it doesn't sound like a lot of cut files, we've only been creating content and been like a company for like, what, 8 or 9 weeks? Like creating cut file collections. Becca has every single week. It's a lot of cut files, and more are coming every single week. Right now, Becca's dropping some. It's not going to be like that forever. It's not. No. Becca's working like 90-hour weeks, killing herself. But again, she loves every minute of it. She wouldn't trade it for the world. But it's amazing. Become a member today. If you have stuck around this long, first of all, bless you. Bless your sweetheart. I hope you enjoy the project. Super cute little print and cut cards. Tomorrow, Becca's going to be sublimating an umbrella.
Oh,
Are you excited?
Yeah, I am.
She got to test it. It's so stinking cute. If you saw last Thursday's live with some sublimation blanks that you all need, she has compiled a lot of really cool sublimation blanks, and one of them was the umbrella. And in this video tomorrow, in the live tomorrow, she's going to show you exactly how to do it yourself. It turned out really cute. I'm really impressed about it.
How many people are coming to the campground? That's a great question. Last I checked, because I did a little map, last I checked, we had, I think, 11 members coming to rent cabins and 10 members coming with their families for the campsites, I think. So around 20, which is, I mean, we have like 350, 360 members right now. And this was so last minute, and like, I'm really happy.
And for people to have to travel, some people are flying in, some people are driving a very long time with their campers. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lot of getting to know you, a lot of eating. We're going to do a little bit of crafting. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be super fun. Please do videos when camping. Tam, so we have thought about letting the O&L staff video different parts from their perspectives of the camp trip, and me being able to go in and make like a really fun like recap video from our first O&L little trip that we've done. And so we're definitely going to have some content. We're thinking of ways that we could incorporate the flock on the private Facebook group, maybe do a live stream here or there. The only issue is, and Becca made a great point when she talked about it, because you don't think about it, but campground Wi-Fi is often not exceptional. And we would never want to try and go live and then it get all spotty and then you guys only be able to see half of it, or it be super horrible quality. So we're going to try and do our best. We'll go and test the Wi-Fi and see how it is, play it by ear. But we also want to be really respectful to the people who have carved out all that time and spent all that money to be there. We want to make sure that they feel very loved and appreciated for that. But we're really excited. We're so excited. June cannot get here quick enough for me, for sure.
Same. I'm very excited.
Yes. Okay. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you for being here on this Tuesday, taking time out of your day to learn how to make these adorable little cards. It's my favorite thing when Becca tells me that you all are just in the comments thinking of ways that you can personalize this and make it your own. Because all we want to do here on these lives is inspire you guys and make you guys a little bit more confident in what you do. Join us back again tomorrow at 1 p.m. again. Miss Becca will be here sublimating on an umbrella. It's going to be so cute. Becca, have I missed anything else before we leave?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.